Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and appreciate this opportunity to testify before you today. And I'm here to address the urgent need for greater funding for our forest management programs and on-the-ground scientific research. I've said this a lot, but there are no negatives to a healthy forest system. And healthy forests, they provide clean air, clean water. They sequester carbon at greater rates, promote recreational opportunities, and increase biodiversity. They also produce a steady supply to our nation's forest products industry, which employs 2.8 million people nationwide, along with an annual payroll of $87 billion. And that accounts for 5.7% of total U.S. manufacturing. Unfortunately, the Forest Service has moved away from its original mission of managing our national forest system in a scientifically sound manner for multiple purpose uses, and that includes a dramatic decrease in timber harvesting. Last year, the Forest Service sold a mere 3 billion board feet of timber, and that's about a quarter of the amount that was sold 30 years ago. The result of this shift in focus is clear. Drought and overcrowding leave the forest susceptible to insect and disease infestation and make them more vulnerable to catastrophic wildfires. These fires destroy wildlife habitat. They radically alter ecosystems, decrease carbon storage, and force taxpayers to pay hundreds of millions of dollars annually in increased fire suppression costs. Therefore, it's time for the Forest Service to return to its core mission and place a greater emphasis on multiple use and scientific management, which includes more timber harvesting, mechanical thinning, and prescribed burns. Our current management system is not working for the forest, wildlife, the recreation community, or the taxpayer. It's time for a new approach, and the subcommittee can play a key role in this new approach. The Forest Service must work hand in glove with scientists and industry to promote forest health through more timber harvesting, prescribed burns, and other sound management techniques. I urge the subcommittee to include robust funding for the forest products line item under the National Forest System. This will help the Forest Service to refocus on its core mission and improve landscape health. In addition to promoting better forest management and timber harvesting, I ask the subcommittee to fully fund the Forest Inventory Analysis Program. FIA is designed to complete analysis of sample forest landscapes around the United States every 5 years. This is the data that's used to determine how much timber we have and where it's being used and the age of it. However, the Forest Service often finds itself on a 6 or 7 year rotation, leading to delayed analysis of our landscapes. This can force states to increase their matching contributions in order to have sound, timely scientific analysis for statewide forest management plans. FIA takes proactive, positive steps in the area of better forest management. FIA leads to scientific forest management practices that increase carbon storage and reduce the threat of wildfire. Additional funding to FIA will also give the wood products and timber industries certainty in making business decisions and assist in making ecologically sound forest management choices that benefit the environment and industry simultaneously. I additionally request robust funding for the Forest Products Laboratory. The Forest Products Laboratory conducts scientific research into wood products, forest biomass, the use of wood in tall buildings, and threats to various species such as white nose syndrome, which is decimating northern long-eared bat populations nationwide. This research is integral not only to science and conservation, but also for promoting millions of rural jobs, where an individual can find good-paying work, oftentimes without the need for a 4-year college degree. Once again, I would like to thank you, Chairman and the members of the committee, for the invitation to speak today, and I ask you to ensure strong, robust funding for the forest products line item under the National Forest System that promotes scientific research on our nation's forests through the Forest Inventory Analysis Program and the promotion of new and improved wood products supporting a sound forest products industry through the Forest Products Laboratory. I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you, Bruce, for your testimony. We appreciate that. We're
Mr. Chairman?
very supportive of that industry. Yes.
Thank you,
Ms.
Mr. Chairman.
Captain.
I just wanted to ask, I know Mr. Westerman's deep interest in forestry, and I just wanted to ask him if you could give us a 1-minute summary of what you think is happening to, for example, our eastern forests with the increasing deer population, what's happening to our saplings. Could you kind of give us just your bird's eye view of what's happening across the country with forests?
The 1-minute version of what's happening across the country, and you're asking a forester who likes to talk in detail about this, but Yeah, the issue you're talking about, Ms. Capter, is what we call regeneration or growing new trees. And in our eastern forest, you can have problems if you've got too many deer eating the young saplings that come up from the acorns. You can have a hard time getting regeneration. But the goal of forestry is to grow new trees. And that requires different management schemes, whether you're in the northeast, the southeast, the intermountain area, out on the coastal area, or in Alaska. But our forest managers need to be able to apply the science to manage and to keep these forests healthy, whether it's hardwoods in the east or conifers in the west. I hope that's close to explaining it in a
Are our
minute.
forests healthy?
Our private forests are very healthy because they've been managed. Our national forests, sadly, are not healthy, and the effect we see are the increasing wildfires. If you look at the graph of wildfires and expenditures on wildfires, they've gone up exponentially. So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And if we'll manage these forests and spend some money to do that properly, then we'll save a lot of money on the back end. Plus, we'll have a better environment and a healthier forest.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your testimony.